Hello, and welcome to VK Punk Wrestling, your new and soon to be top source for all things wrestling and sports entertainment related. Please give this video a thumbs up by dropping the people's elbow on that like button. Show some support by hitting sweet chin music on the subscribe button. Then lock in a sharpshooter on the bell icon so you're notified every time a new video goes live. I am your host, Vin C Punk, and welcome to today's show. We're probably going to have one or two videos go out today. In this one, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the world of professional wrestling with your SmackDown preview. We've got to give a quick shout out, though, to our channel's champion, AK Havoc, who better hold on to his title. WrestleMania is only a few weeks away, and I'm coming for that gold in predictions warfare because let's be honest, it should have been me the whole time. But that's it. Here we go. VK Punk, we the ones for wrestling content. Also, before we get started, we are going to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Capco Championship Belts. They make some of the most stunning wrestling title replicas out there, not just wrestling, UFC and beyond as well. If you want something totally unique, Abdul is a genius to work with, designing custom pieces like one that we've had commissioned for this channel. But it's not just belts. Capco's got all sorts of gear, including shirts, vests, jackets, gloves, and masks. I brought a ton of their gear myself, and it's all top notch. Check out their website, www.capcointernational.com. Their Facebook and emails are in the credits at the end of this video. Make sure to tell them VK Punk sent you. Okay, now let's get into this deep dive on the preview of tonight's WWE SmackDown live from the O2 Arena in London, England. We're barreling down this road to WrestleMania 41, and this show's got championship gold, contract signings, and enough drama to make a British soap opera jealous. I mean, am I right? The O2 is going to be louder than a pub on a Friday night, so let's grab a cuppa or a pint if that's your vibe and break down all the action we have announced for tonight's WWE SmackDown. Okay, first and foremost, we have the WWE United States Championship that is on the line in a match between LA Knight defending against Braun Strowman. This one's got me pretty hype. It's like watching a slick talking car salesman take on a runaway freight train. But LA Knight's been untouchable since he snatched the US title back from Shinsuke Nakamura on March 7th in Vienna. That match was wild. Nakamura tried everything from mind games, a steel chair that he swiped from under the ring, even a missed attempt that ended up blinding the ref instead. But Knight dodged the Kinshasa and hit the BFT and walked out, regaining the championship. He's been cutting promos so sharp you could shave with them. He's calling himself the megastar as always and daring anyone to step up. Well, unfortunately, Mr. Knight, someone has stepped up. His name is Braun Strowman, and he is the monster among monsters. He earned this shot last week in Bologna, Italy, against Jacob Fatu, which wasn't a pretty match because Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga came out and jumped in, turning it into a bloodline beatdown. Jacob Fatu not really happy about that, but Strowman got the disqualification win and a ticket to this title match because of it. If you flash back all the way to March 14th in Barcelona, Braun teamed with Knight and Jimmy Uso, and they all steamrolled the Bloodline in a six-man tag. He hit his little choo-choo express thing running around the ring and left Solo Fatu and Tonga looking like they've been hit by a double-decker bus. So what's the play for tonight? Braun's 6'8", 300 plus pounds, and built like he could bench press Big Ben. Knight's got the speed and the smarts, but he'll need more than a yeah to stop this monster. I'm picturing Braun tossing Knight around like a ragdoll a little, maybe even through a table or two. Knight probably going to try to outwit him with roll-ups or quick BFT, but let's not sleep on the Bloodline. Jacob Fatu still pretty salty about last week, and I bet my last quid we see some shenanigans. As far as prediction goes, I think LA Knight will retain for one reason or another, but it'll be a really chaotic finish. The London crowd is going to be saying, yeah, so loud you'll be able to hear it across the river. Okay? Next on the card, we have the WWE Tag Team Championship. The Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, are defending against Pretty Deadly Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. The Street Profits have been on fire since dethroning DIY on March 14th in Barcelona. That match was a roller coaster. Gargano and Ciampa had it locked until Johnny missed a super kick, accidentally nailing Ciampa. Ford would capitalize with a frog splash from the top that looked like he jumped off the Eiffel Tower. Last week in Bologna, they kept the party going and they beat Los Garza in a match that was so fast paced, it felt like someone hit the fast forward button on an old school VCR. Montez was flipping over Umberto like he was auditioning for the Olympics or Circus Soleil, and Dawkins planted Angel with a spine buster that shook the ring. Now they're up against Pretty Deadly, however, who won their shot on March 7th in a triple threat against the Motor City Machine Guns and Los Garza. Kit Wilson had distracted Alex Shelley with some dramatic hair flipping, and Elton Prince rolled up Chris Sabin like a backslide for the win. But let's be real, they've been strutting around ever since like they invented wrestling. Pretty Deadly's got that posh, we're better than you vibe, which I love these guys, as I've expressed before. You could think of them as the guys who'd show up to a pub brawl in tailored suits and still demand for a selfie. The London crowd's going to eat it up, of course, because they're the hometown boys, and the yes by chants will be deafening. But the Street Profits, unfortunately, they're not here to play. They've got power, speed, and a chip on their shoulder after 4 long years without any gold. This could get messy. Also, keep your eye open for DIY. They might sneak in for revenge, or Los Garza could also come in and do something to stir the pot. I'm betting on the Street Profits to retain once again, one way or another. And Pretty Deadly will probably be sneaky enough to make it close and make you think they're going to win. But watch Montez Ford. He's got WrestleMania dreams, and a high flying spot tonight could be his viral moment. Maybe he'll leap over Kit Wilson and land in the front row with a cup of tea. Okay, so now the big spot for tonight is obviously going to be the main event segment, which is going to be the contract signing for the triple threat match at WrestleMania 41 between Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. This is kind of blockbuster that makes you glad you're a wrestling fan, though. Last week in Bologna, these three turned SmackDown into a war zone. It started with Rollins cutting a promo, laughing about how he's the glue holding this feud together when Punk's music hit. He strolled out smirking, he called Reigns a part-time king with a full-time ego. Roman didn't even wait for a mic. He just speared Punk through a barricade. Rollins dove off the top rope into both of them, and it was pure chaos. Security got involved. The ring announcer hid under the desk. It was like a bar fight at closing time. It was pretty entertaining. These guys have a history deeper than the River Thames, however. Reigns and Rollins go back all the way to the Shield, which so does CM Punk if you know your wrestling lore. Roman was the muscle, of course. Seth was the brains, and they've been trading wins and betrayals ever since. Punk and Rollins, that's some indie wrestling lore. Matches so intense they'd sell bingo halls in a heartbeat. And Punk versus Reigns, it's the pipe bomb era all over again. CM Punk has been poking the bear, calling Roman Reigns Hollywood's errand boy, while Reigns fires back that Punk is just a washed up rebel. Tonight they're signing the contract, and I'm telling you, it's not going to be a tea party, folks. Punk's got a mic, so expect some zingers and some pipe bombs. Maybe he'll ask Rollins if his laugh is insured, or tell Reigns he's got more cousins than a family reunion. Seth will probably waltz in with that cackle and a outfit that will make you wonder what the hell his problem is. Just reminding everybody of who he is and the way that he always does that. And Roman, he's bringing the intensity. I think the London fans will lose it. Punk's got that cult vibe here, and they'll chant his name and sing his song, cult of personality until the roof blows off. Someone's got to go through a table, though, right? I mean, maybe two. The contract is going to get signed, and they're just going to have it all out. It's going to break down the way that it always has been breaking down when these three get into something together. It's just impossible for them not to come to blows and make stuff break down. 3 very big egos, 1 very big small ring. Elsewhere, Drew McIntyre's in the house, of course. He's fresh off of last week's tag win over Damian Priest and Jimmy Uso. He teamed with Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, I know, weird bedfellows. And after that match, Drew claymored Priest so hard I thought he'd wake up in Scotland. Tonight, I bet we see him call out Priest again. Maybe he's eyeing that U.S. title picture with Knight and Strowman. The women's division is heating up too, of course. The WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton, got ambushed by Charlotte Flair last week after mocking her in the mic. Charlotte hit a spear out of nowhere, and Tiffany bailed, clutching her title like it was her last handbag. Face-to-face tonight could set up their WrestleMania clash. Don't be shocked if Charlotte moonsaults off something ridiculous. Hopefully we don't get any more crazy swantons that miss the opponent completely. She's probably ready. The women's U.S. champion, Chelsea Green, is probably lurking around, ready to remind us that she's the hottest thing since sliced bread, or at least since last week's fish and chips. I mean, am I right? This SmackDown is loaded. London's bringing the noise, and with WrestleMania a month out, every punch counts. What do you reckon happens tonight? Does LA Knight keep the goal? Can Pretty Deadly steal the tag titles? How many tables survive that contract signing? You hit the comments with your predictions, and I'm dying to hear them, guys. Don't forget to like the video with a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And that's all I got for you today, folks. I hope you're all riding high as we end off this week. Every single one of you watching, you're all incredible. You know that? You've got the heart of a champion, the grit to chase down whatever dreams you're gunning for, and the power to make big things happen. If you're out there feeling a little lost in the ring of life today, let me hit you with this. You are amazing. You deserve every bit of greatness that you're fighting for. Every title, every championship, every victory, every dream. To someone out there, you're the main event star, and in my book, you're undefeated. So keep your chin up, keep swinging, and let's spread a little kindness out there, yeah? We're all human, all battling our own hidden matches. Sometimes a smile or a kind word is the push someone needs to get back in the fight. You never know when you might just be the hero of someone's day. So stay strong, guys. Stay positive and keep shining. You guys are the real ones. But I'm Vin C Punk, your host for VK Punk Wrestling, where we the ones for wrestling content. Signing off. Catch y'all in the next vid. Until then, keep up the faith, and bring out the noise. Love to hear you guys. VK Punk Wrestling.